There's at least 30,000 worth of commissions sitting on your phone right now, and you don't even know it. Most brokers are walking around right now with 20, 30, sometimes 50,000 worth of commission sitting dead in their phone, and they don't even know it. I'm talking about pocket listings, the properties someone mentioned they might sell, but they never went live. The conversations that died on a WhatsApp 3 months ago. The owner who said, just bring me a buyer, and then you never followed up. That's commission sitting there, untouched. In the next 15 minutes, I'm going to show you the exact system I've used for 23 years to convert those dead pocket listings into live signed deals. It's called Pocket, 5 steps, and by the end of this video, you'll have all 5. Let's get into it. Welcome back to Your Real Estate COO. My name's Ashley and I'm here to help you level up your game. I'll be your Chief Operating Officer to your success. Let's dive in. Before I give you the system, I need you to understand something. Because if you don't understand this, the system won't work. I've been in real estate for about 23 years. Just over 10.5 years in the UK and 12 years here in Dubai. I've worked deals from £1 million properties in London to 20 million dirham villas in Dubai. And in every single market, the same problem shows up. Brokers don't have a listing problem. They have a follow-through problem. Every broker I've ever coached, every team I've ever built, they all have pocket listings. Dozens of them. The owner who said, yeah, I might sell in 6 months. Or the seller who said, I'm not in a rush. Or even the investor who said, if I get the right price, I'll consider it. These aren't dead leads. These are the highest intent sellers in your entire database because they've already told you they're thinking about selling. But here's what most brokers do. They call once, maybe twice. They get a soft not yet, and then they move on. They chase the new next shiny lead. They cold call strangers while their own warm pockets rot in their phone. That's the problem. Now let's get to the solution. The system is called Pocket. Okay, 5-letter, 5 steps. Every pocket listing flows through the same 5 steps in order. And if you work the system properly, my data shows you should convert 2 to 5 of every 10 pocket listings into live listings. 2 to 5 out of 10 live listings signed on the market. Now, of those 2 to 5, at least half should become deals. And if you push them to exclusive, which I'll show you how to do, your close rate should go to nearly 100%. So, work 10 pockets the right way, walk away with 2 to 5 commission checks. That's the promise. Here's how it works. Step 1, P, profile the property. Before you pitch anything, before you talk price, before you mention the marketing strategy, you get the full picture. This is where 90% of brokers lose the deal in the first conversation. They jump straight to, can I list this property? Before they even know what the unit looks like. This is what you need to know. The exact address, not just the building, the unit number, the floor, the bedroom count, the size in square feet, the upgrades, what's been done to the unit and how recently. If you don't have this information, you can't price it, you can't market it, and you can't speak to it with authority. And owners can smell that lack of authority from a mile away. Here's a small thing that made a big difference for me. When I was profiling a property, I would ask one specific question that most brokers miss. I asked, what's the story of this property for you? Why did you buy it? How long have you owned it? What does it represent to you? Because when an owner tells you the story, they're telling you what the property means to them. And that emotional context is what you'll use later when you're negotiating, when you're closing, when you're talking about the price. The broker who knows the story wins every time. Step 2, O, open the owner's real situation. This is where you find the wedge. Most owners with pocket listings already try to sell them. They've listed them with 1 agent, 2 agents, maybe 3 agents. They've had viewings that went nowhere. They've had offers they've rejected. They've got pain points they're frustrated about, but they're not telling you. Your job is to surface all of it. The questions I ask in order: are you currently listed with any other agents? How many viewings have you had in the last 3 months? Have you had any offers? And what did you do with them? What's been the feedback from buyers who actually viewed? What's frustrating you most about how it's going right now? When you ask those 5 questions, an owner that's been pretending everything is fine starts telling you the truth. And the truth is where you win. Now, here's a specific play that works almost every time. When an owner says to you, look, I don't want to list it formally, just bring me clients. Most brokers walk away. They think the owner doesn't want to engage, they give up. What I do is something different. I say, understood. Look, I actually have a couple of clients I think could be interested in this exact type of unit. Let me reach out to them. I'll come back to you within 24 hours with feedback. Now you have permission. You have a reason to call back. You have a relationship building. And in 24 hours, you're back in the conversation as someone who's actively working for them, not someone who's trying to sign them up. That's the difference between a transactional broker and a trusted one. Step 3, C, create demand signals. Okay, this is my favorite step because it's the move that flips the entire dynamic. If the property is vacant, here's what you do. You tell the owner, I'm already in the area today viewing with a client. Can I bring them through to your unit while I'm there? You're not lying. You're going to the area. You will show the property to your network, to another client, to anyone that's qualified. You show it, then later that day, or even maybe the next morning, you call the owner with feedback. Hi, Mr. Owner, just showed your property earlier. Client thought the layout was great, but felt the price was slightly above what they'd be comfortable with. Wanted to give you the feedback directly. Now, think about what's happening here. The owner has 3 agents listed on the property. None of them have called him this week. None of them have brought him anyone through. And none of them have given him feedback. And here you are, not even officially on the listing, bringing him real-world client feedback within 48 hours of speaking. You need to do this twice or maybe 3 times in a week. Every time you're building the impression that you are the active broker and the others are dead weight on the listing. By the end of that week, the owner is thinking one thing: why is this guy doing more for me than the agents who are actually listed? And that question is a question that wins you the listing. Step 4, K, knock out the competition. After you've created demand signals, after you've shown the owner you're the broker actually working, now you ask the question that ends it. You say, Mr. Owner, you've got 3 agents listed on the property. Be honest with me. Which out of the 3 agents have you heard from the lease over the last month? He'll name one every time, because there's always one agent who signs up the owner to the listing and then they disappear. And when he names that agent, you say, remove them, put me on instead. I'll come on as a fresh listing, which the algorithm loves, and you'll have a new agent who's already been working harder for you than the others combined. That's how you get on the listing, not by asking, by replacing the weakest link. Now here's the advanced move. If you've done this right, if the owner is serious about selling, you could take it one step further. You say, actually, let's do this properly. Remove all 3 agents, give me exclusivity. Here's why. And then you explain the benefits of exclusivity. 1 accountable broker, 1 coordinated marketing strategy, no conflicting messaging, no buyers being confused by 3 different price points across 3 different portals, faster results. When you go from 3rd agent on a listing to exclusive agent, you've gone from a 5% chance to closing to an almost certain chance of closing. The numbers I've seen, if I get exclusivity on a pocket listing, I've worked properly. My close rate is somewhere near 90%. Not because I'm magic, because I've earned the trust, controlled the strategy, and removed all competing voices. Step 5, T, test the price, trigger the truth. Almost every pocket listing has a price problem. The owner wants more than the market will pay. You know it. They know it deep down. But arguing about the price never wins. So you don't argue, you test. First, find out where the number came from. I always ask, and how did you arrive at that price? Because the answer tells you everything. If they say, my neighbor sold his for that price 2 years ago, that's emotion, not data. If they say, Property Monitor shows it, okay, now we can talk facts. Then you give them the data, recent transactions in their building or their community, their unit type. Show them what the market is actually paying, not what it was paying, okay, what it is paying. And then you propose this. Look, I think your number is high. The data says it should be at X. But let's compromise. Let's test your price first for the first 5 days. The biggest spike in leads on a new listing comes in the first 72 hours. If after 5 days there's been no calls, no inquiries, no viewings, we'll know the price is too high. The market will tell us, not me, and we can adjust together. What you've just done is brilliant, okay? You haven't argued. You haven't told the owner he's wrong. You put the responsibility on the market. And when the market doesn't perform, which it won't at the higher price, the owner now wants to lower the price because you haven't said it, the data has. Then you close with what I call the motivation anchor. You ask, if I could get you X price, the realistic market price, would you sell today? If they say yes, you have a listing. You can discuss the marketing plan. You can go to market. You can close the deal. That's Pocket. Here's what most brokers miss about Pocket listings. They think Pocket listings are a maybe later leads. They think the owners aren't serious. They think the conversation is too soft to push, but the data tells a different story. A Pocket listing is the highest intent lead in your database because the owner has already told you they're thinking about selling. They've already crossed that line in their head. They're just waiting for the right broker to walk them across the rest of the way. I've used this system in 2 countries, 2 cultures, 2 completely different environments, the UK and Dubai. The system doesn't change. The market changes around the system. 20 out of every 10 pockets you work the wrong way will go nowhere. 2 to 5 out of every 10 work the right way will become listings. Half of those will become deals. Push to exclusive and almost all of them will close. If you've got 10 pockets in your phone right now, you're not looking at a soft pipeline. You're looking at potential 5 commission checks. The question is whether you're going to work them properly. If you want to actually put this system into practice and not just watch a video and forget about it, I built you a free tool. It's called the Pocket to Live Playbook. It's a spreadsheet that walks you through every pocket listing you have. It tracks every step of the Pocket system. It auto-calculates your conversion rates. And it comes with a short walkthrough video where I show you exactly how to use it on a real pocket. You can grab it free. Link is in the description below. If you found this useful, do me a favor. Don't just save the video. Open your phone right now and write down the names of 3 pocket listings you've been sitting on. The ones you've been meaning to call back. The ones you keep telling yourself you'll get to next week. 3 names, write them down. Then this week, start them on step 1, profile the property, and then move them through the system. 2 to 3 weeks from now, message me. Tell me which ones you converted first. I'll be watching. I'm Ashley. This was the Pocket to Live Playbook. I'll see you in the next one. If you want me to send you the full Pocket to Live Playbook when it drops in a few days, DM me with the word broker and you'll be the first on the list. I'm Ashley. See you in the next one. Remember, in real estate, your success is my operation. If this helped you move one step closer to your goals, smash that like button and subscribe for weekly real estate strategies. Until next time, keep building your empire.